Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Vanderpump Rules. That's season 10, episode 8. So let's kick off this episode. Scheana is really busy planning her third wedding. Since it's a destination wedding, the number of guests and all that actually matters. The next scene is James Kennedy and his father. The father says that he could never see his son marrying Raquel, but with Ali he does. But how can the dad know that? James has barely started dating her. Next up, Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz are at their unopened business, going over the menu items and putting some of them in the POS system. They are so behind, and they're going to be leaving to the wedding in Mexico, so that's like another delay. But Katie walks in the restaurant. That was surprising because Tom invited her to the taste test, so he wants her to feel like he still cares about her, so that's pretty good. Then the business partner, Greg, and his family is also there. They are trying a bunch of menu items. Some of them actually looked pretty good. And overall, it was a really nice scene. Okay, then there is a little girl date with Scheana, Ariana, Raquel, and Ali, the new girlfriend. I feel a little bit bad for Ali because it's probably hard going into a group that's already established and you're like the new one. You know, it must be a little uncomfortable. But Lala starts talking about Raquel. She kind of drags her over the way that she spoke to her last time. But Scheana's defending her, but not to the point where like she's fighting Lala. They ask Ali about the card reading thing, and then she explains it. And then Scheana explains to Ali why she didn't invite her to the wedding, but she can come to the before and after party. Ali totally understands it, and actually feels like James is obsessed with her going because he probably feels some type of way about Raquel being there. So he kind of wants Raquel to be like, oh look, here I have my girlfriend on the side. But days go by. Lala has lunch with Scheana and Brock. Lala still has reservations about Raquel and really doesn't want to be around her. Which, in hindsight, I wonder if Lala has been so vocal about Raquel during this present scandal because she did put Lala in her place in the season. But anyway, going back to the scene, Lala is now recognizing that she should have never judged Brock the way that she did over the way that he parented his kids. She even cries, and he cries as well. The thing I don't like about Lala is that she's one of those people who will do something outrageous, realize that it's wrong, and then expect everybody to get over it. Following that, Lisa Vanderpump has a surprise bridal shower for Scheana at her amazing home. Scheana walks in, and they all surprise her by singing, and she's pleasantly surprised. James is still mad that Ali is not going to the wedding. He feels like she's entitled to be there at the ceremony. But more than anything, he feels like the reason why she's not really invited is because Raquel doesn't want it to happen. And James is talking to Lala, and he asks if he should ask Ali to marry him in Mexico. But she's like done with that because that's a crazy idea. I mean, it's way too soon. LVP talks to Scheana because she does feel a little bad that she won't be able to attend the wedding in Mexico. But she even jokes a little that all the weddings on the show that she's been in have ended badly. Anyway, people are hanging out. Raquel and Tom Schwartz are talking with a very flirtatious tone that it comes across so cringy. James is all up in there. And for someone who wants to get over Raquel or pretends that he doesn't care about her anymore, he sure seems to be around her a lot. And he sure seems to care a lot about it because why would you be all over their conversation listening to what they're saying? So, of course, the one person who is not there is Katie because of the issues that she's having with Scheana. We get to see her at her house with Kristina, and she's feeling some type of way because tomorrow is what would have been the 6-year anniversary of her and Tom. So, it's mixed emotions, and they talk a little bit about the sandwich shop as well. Going back to the shower, though, LVP sits down at a table with Lala and James Kennedy, and they're joking around or whatever, but James is so annoying. He's like an obnoxious 16-year-old boy who doesn't know how to behave. He then says that he wants to have babies with Ali. It's way too soon for that. Like, what are you trying to prove? That's what I was thinking. But Lala tells him that having a baby is a very big deal. And he says, well, if Brock can have a baby, then why can't I? And LVP and Lala are just so embarrassed by what he is saying. Later that day, there's an after party in Schwartz and Sandys. It's not open, but they have liquor and stuff already. So they're going to be wasting it for this now. At the restaurant, Raquel has a very awkward hello with Lala. James will not let the mouse go and is insisting Scheana that his girlfriend should be at the wedding. He's asking her if she can please go. So Scheana finally says yes. Raquel is then asking Schwartz to show her parts of the restaurant. They go to the restroom, and it just feels so weird watching this, knowing that it was all a cover-up. I mean, or unless she was doing it with both Toms. I don't know, but it's too much, and it's coming across so fake and cringy. Days later go by, and everyone is now on their way to Mexico, and before you know it, they're all arriving at the resort. So y'all remember that Katie refused to give up her trip, so she's there with her friend Kristina, but Scheana did move her to a different tower and took her off the guest list of activities and stuff like that. So they are all getting settled in. LVP then FaceTimes Ariana and Katie, and she sort of says, well, unfortunately, sometimes things don't go as we planned in business, and they're kind of like freaking out. And then she continues to say, but y'all don't have to worry about that because it is all good. It's a yes, the business is good to continue, and they are beyond happy for their sandwich shop. Good for them. Okay, so the resort is out of the world amazing. Like, it's so pretty, it's so cool, and they're all getting settled into their amazing rooms, and then they all go to have a dinner as the group all together. Kristina Kelly, who wasn't invited to the wedding at all, comes in, as Karen would say, she slithers in as if she was invited, and Scheana is so confused why she's there, but she is not going to make a scene at that moment, so she doesn't say anything, but she shares that she really doesn't like the way that Kristina and Stassi kind of made fun of her at the last wedding that she had, that they said some comments that were honestly a little bit offensive to her. Okay, so James and Ariana are having a little convo about something that happened while they were arriving at Mexico earlier that day. One of the wedding guests was intoxicated, and he recognized James Kennedy from TV. He put his arm around him and was like, hey man, I know you. And James, for some reason, aggressively gets this guy and shakes him. Like, he almost body slammed him, according to Lala. So, like James always does, he likes to poke the bear, and he's picking on Ariana because when it happened, Ariana told him to lay low, to stop it. So he's bringing that up at dinner, and basically he's saying that Ariana was being nosy and annoying for getting into it, for saying something about it. And then Ariana is really upset because, like I said, it's not like he just says it and lets it go. He keeps on poking and poking and poking. So Ariana's like, I'm sorry that I tried to stop a fight from happening. And then this little boy, like I said, pretends as if nothing that he did was wrong and continues to defend himself. But you guys know how he is. When he is doing that, he tends to insult people. They clearly didn't teach him how to have respect for others. And Lala's defending Ariana, but he keeps going at it, and Ariana snaps and says, I don't like people fighting. I don't like it when he's doing it, and I don't like it when you're doing it. But she's very, very mad. She was shouting. But this man is just so delusional. He can't accept it. And his girlfriend, Allie, was dying of embarrassment. And she even had to get up and leave the table because of how embarrassing it was. I don't know. It's a mess. But, it was something really interesting. Tom Sandoval, we now know what happened, whatever. But let's pretend none of that happened, all this with Raquel, whatever. He didn't defend his girlfriend. This guy was screaming at her and saying all these things, and he didn't defend his girlfriend. So I was like, wow, that tells me everything I need to know. But that was the end of the episode. Pretty good episode. I like that they're now in Mexico. Now they're going to have this wedding. I can't wait for what's to come because I know it's going to be even more crazier than this. Let me know in the comments, what are you thinking about Raquel and Schwartz corny, flirtatious scenes, because there's going to be a lot more of those, unfortunately. And what do you think about Ariana putting James in his place? Do you like that she did that? Because I personally loved that she did that. But just your overall comments, let me know in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.